One of the key issues associated with hand tool safety is choosing and using the right tool. So we're going to spend some time talking about hand tool safety today. We do use hand tools all the time. Unfortunately, many people use these hand tools improperly at home, where they have to improvise with whatever they have on hand. Also, many people view hand tools as simple to use, so there's very little concern for safety. In reality, a person using hand tools, no matter what they are, should always follow certain safety precautions. Approximately 8% of industrial accidents result from the improper use of hand tools, according to the studies that we're looking at. Injuries range from simple cuts, contusions, abrasions, to amputations, fractures, and punctures. Below are some of the examples of the improper use of hand tools. And you might ask yourself the question, or try to recall to mind, have I actually done any of these things myself? Pushing rather than pulling a wrench to loosen a tight fastener. Bending metal with undersized pliers, which can cause damage to the pliers and to the metal as well. Holding an item you're reworking in one hand while attempting to remove a screw with a screwdriver in the other hand. The other thing is to hold something while you're grinding it with a small grinder, holding it in the opposite hand instead of clamping it down. Cutting towards your body with a cutting tool, using dull cutting tools, filling the materials not properly, or filing rather, materials that are not properly secured in a vise with no handle on the file. Using a tool that's not sized properly for the job, that is a socket that's slightly larger than the fastener. Not only do you need to utilize the tool properly, but also the tool needs to be in good shape. Take a moment before using any hand tool to ensure that it is in good shape. And there are several things that you can look for. For example, a hammer with a chipped head or with a loose or broken handle is something that needs to be repaired before you use it, or the handle needs to be perhaps replaced. Also a screwdriver that has a worn tip or a broken tip. Also any kind of cutting tool that has a dull surface, or a chisel or a bullpen with a mushroomed head. You notice that as I come through in the monthly safety audits, this is something that I tend to emphasize because we bang on the bullpens all the time and they get mushroomed over, and eventually those parts will chip off that are mushroomed over. Also tools that have had any of their temper removed by heat, that's another thing to look out for. So hand tools can be as dangerous as power tools, so do make sure that you use them correctly. Realize that this is something that's a very, very common tool for all of us. We all use various wrenches and bullpens and hammers all the time in the work that we're doing. So keep that in mind. Have a good look at your hand tools and make sure before you do use them that they're in good shape, and also that you are using them properly. Thanks very much for your time. I'm sure we will talk again, all being well. Thanks.